guys, I'm your old mate Dr. Cuts. This is Encyclopedia Ray, and you're watching Just a Tippin'. And tonight we've got an Australian guest on our screen, Mr. Doobie Lister. Welcome, Doobie. How are you, mate?
Welcome. Very well, crew. How are you guys?
Welcome, Doobie.
We're really good, mate. We're really good. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I think a lot of people in the burnout world will have heard you constantly, but may not necessarily know who you are. And this is quite a good thing, because you've probably seen more burnouts than just about any person in the country. And I'm not talking like a psychologist in Townsville. I'm talking like real burnout. So, mate, can you please give us a little bit of a rundown for our first-time viewers or our old-time viewers? Who the fuck are you, bro? Who are you, brother? Tell us about you, dude.
Who the fuck am I?
Who the fuck are you, bro?
I probably kicked off my burnout career probably about 14 years ago.
Yes.
No, probably 12 years ago.
Yes.
And I was asked by a great mate of mine, Kev Davis, who runs Tropical Meltdown here,
okay,
to come and commentate with the local club.
Right.
So I was commentating Speedway at the time.
Oh, yes.
And doing car shows and that kind of thing. And
right.
So I got involved, and all of a sudden I started doing them, and it was just game on. And I started to get picked up by a few other sort of promoters around the place who, like the bullshit that came out of my mouth. So I went on from there, and then a couple of years ago we moved out to Melbourne.
Right.
And we were on a 5-year plan to go to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then, COVID hit while we were down there.
Okay,
so
yes.
That just screwed everything.
Screwed everything, yeah.
While I was down there, I was introduced to Aaron Mackley. And he had a panel van by the name of Fantasy.
Oh, yes.
And they run a big burnout comp out at Avalon Speedway.
Right.
And he needed help on this particular day. And he said, mate, can you take the microphone, do this for me? I had like 150 skid cars, millions of people.
150?
And then before I knew it, I went those out at Stall and down at Portland, and I did 2 loose nats, and I was doing shows for Armet and Super Nats, and I was just doing shows all over.
Yeah.
Crazy. And way too much fun. And, but of course, meeting the, I'll say the legends of the sport, the Lynchies of the world, meeting their home turf, home pads where they just go and run amok on the weekends.
Yeah.
And, that was, and then of course I've come back to Cairns and, doing my stuff here, all the tropical meltdowns. I've, never missed a meltdown. And the drag strip, did that for a few years up there.
Right.
And got involved with the club down very heavily, and I am president of our local burnout club, NQ Burnouts, hence the shirt.
Yes, right, good stuff.
Round 2 coming up.
We've got where are we? We've got an NQ Burnout sticker up here, thanks to Stephen Helen Robson, actually. Yep. We've got an NQ Burnout sticker up there, mate, yeah.
And a koozie that's actually got one of the other microphone in it now.
Yeah, we've got a stubby, no, they call them stubby coolers. Stubby coolers. I have in Australia, mate, stubby cooler.
That event looks really cool. That look like that's quite a large event, building in numbers, isn't it, by each one?
Mm.
Yeah, we have a 4-round championship.
Yes.
And of the year we have, it's not the 5th round, it's just our final show, and that's called Skids for Santa.
Yep.
And we do a fundraiser for the local Cancer Wellness Centre.
Okay.
And big monster raffle, and we give them bucket loads of money, and the end of the year shows all for that.
Yes.
And our 4-round check, there's bucket loads of money on a boat.
How good.
It's very awesome. It's really good.
Nice.
Oh, that's fantastic. We've got an event coming up this weekend here in New Zealand. I Am Hope Winter Jam. And
couple of them,
all the proceeds, or the promoters that are putting the event on, they put on a lot of big events, car events here in New Zealand, and but they're putting the entire cost of this, which is about $6,000, and every single piece of proceed that comes through the gate, 100% of it goes straight to I Am Hope, which is all to do with giving resources to people that don't have it in the mental health. So we're really behind charity events, bro, 100%.
gold coin donation to get in for entry.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone will just be, like we said, one of our previous, because they'll see this on Tuesday night. So prior to
this is prior to the event. Yeah.
So you want to go into Winter Jam, just be as generous as you can.
Just give a ton of money.
Yep, the whole event.
Hey, Doobie, just fucking give money, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, your pockets, you type.
100%. You probably didn't hear what he said because I burped, but he said, empty your pockets, you tight cunts.
Yeah, you can do it.
Oh, yeah, I can do whatever I want, but I'm not editing those words out. Those are amazing. So, Doobie, obviously you've, commentating prior to burnouts, and what we say, speedway, we're doing speedway and drags.
Yeah, doing speedway and drags and car shows and bike shows, and sort of been heavily involved on that side of it for quite a long time.
So where did all that come from? What was that? It's not something that everybody jumps into.
No, where I actually learnt this. Now, this is where I call myself an honorary Kiwi.
No,
too many.
Yes.
I spent a lot of time in my early years as a whitewater rafting guide.
Oh yeah.
Over here. So I worked with Kiwis all the time. It was just Kiwis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Kiwis everywhere.
Yeah.
And then when I stopped my rafting career, I did that for probably 10 years. Right. I started work at AJ Hacker Bungee.
Oh yes.
And with the bungee jump here for about 11 years. And,
that's in Cairns there. Yep.
So I was one of the first employees out there.
Right.
And I was on top of the tower and chucking people off the tower and carrying on and doing that.
Awesome.
So I spent an awful lot of time with New Zealanders.
Yeah, you would.
Fucking rat bags.
Every year.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, loose times, really loose times.
Yeah.
So that's where I really doing stuff in front of cameras and talking shit, lots of videos taken on rafting trips and bungee.
Yeah.
And, let the bullshit flow.
Mate.
Where we started with the motoring thing, there was a car show I went to here in Cairns, and the commentator there, they brought him up from down south, and he didn't know anybody.
Right.
And he didn't know the cars, and there were some cars here that were really particular that had names, and he just said, "Oh, the white XY Falcon."
Oh right.
So that car's, everybody knows Casper.
Yeah.
And so I went to the committee and said, "Look, I didn't like your commentator. I want to give it a crack."
Yes.
And they said, "Okay, well, we'll see what you like on the first day." And I was halfway through the first day, and he said, "Mate, we're booking you for next year."
Right.
I'm really passionate about cars. I'm ridiculously about entertaining people, keeping people happy, having a good time, opening it all up, doing all of that. I'm 58 years old, and
say happy birthday for the other day.
Oh yes, we've seen that. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Can you still do backflips?
Yeah. No, I can't do backflips. Too hot for that shit.
There comes a time. There does come a time. You got to. Yeah, there is.
When have you been able to do a backflip?
Doesn't matter. It's not about me.
All right, of course. So tell us, man. Like, where did your car madness come from? Or was it a family thing?
Yeah, definitely. My dad was heavily into cars. He was, a coach driver back in the day. He used to drive tour coach all over the place, and just cars were always a part of our life, especially Speedway. Growing up with Speedway, as a little bloke, I used to travel out to the Speedway in the back of a panel van with two Speedway bikes beside me.
Right.
And I'd be sitting on with Casper dripping all over me and all this kind of shit. I love speedway.
Coming home all with dirt through everything, dry dirt, dust, eating dust, tasting dust.
Yeah, speedway is great. Well, speedway and burnouts, it's the sport the motorsport you can really taste.
Oh, yeah.
It's in.
Well, I think burnouts, the thing with burnouts is you can taste it for weeks and weeks later. I mean, we had burnouts for my 50th here, and there was, I don't know, half a dozen 4-litre Falcons that dropped about 2 or 3 sets apiece. And we've been cleaning up bits of fucking steel belt for months. It's finally you can walk around here in bare feet or socks now without getting steel in you. And, it's great times, isn't it?
If there was the taste of a burnout through like a scone, a bakery had it.
Oh,
holy fuck.
No one would eat it. No one would eat it.
Pick up your coated pad side, and it's just full of lumps, and you go, well, I'm just drinking rubber here. It's all good.
Yeah. You ain't lived unless you got like them in rubber sunglasses.
Yeah.
Like you take your glasses off, and you've just got the whole ring around.
Yeah.
Like going snowing.
Walking into Macca's at 1 o'clock in the morning, over a pad clean up, and you're just black, and they look at you. Wow, what's happened to you?
Yeah. You grubby man.
What have you just robbed? Where did you just steal some shit from?
Yeah. That's the other side of the dedication, is the rubber that gets, your shoes, from your shoes to your stuck in your nose, your eyelids, the whole way, it's everywhere.
So tell us, you've obviously been everywhere in Australia commentating. Have you been to just about every event or just about every pad? What's your reach?
You want to get to?
I did an awful lot of gigs in Victoria. I've covered a fair bit of Queensland. Off to Mackay in 2 weeks for Sugar City Power Fest, run by the Palmyra Raceway, and it is a fantastic, and it's drags and burnouts, and it just goes off. It's absolutely fantastic. And I've done the 4 Rocky Nats in Rockhampton, and with the Summer Nats banner. And Rocky Nats is fantastic. Of course, I've just got back from Red Nats this morning. I got home about 1 o'clock this morning.
Oh, and that's another Summer Nats event, isn't it?
Yeah, another Summer Nats event right in the middle of Australia in Alice Springs, and quite phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's just where are we? Making everything.
Yeah, it's a long way. You're in the middle of nowhere.
So what would be your favourite? What would be your favourite event, do you reckon? Have you got one?
When I was in Victoria, I got a real soft spot for Stall, where Russell Harris ran Loose Nats.
Oh, yes. Loose Nats.
It was just the whole thing about it, the vibe of the place was just really different, and plus it was a real different outlook for me, being a North Queensland boy, and then all of a sudden I moved to Victoria and I'm being taken in by the burnout world down there, and I'm in this funky speedway in the middle of nowhere. It was just fantastic. Loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And there, too, like I saw, Matty Watts and Lynchy and, these guys and the boys from the Castlemaine Rod Shop, they're all out there, and it was like their home pad. So it was that deal. They're with their homies.
Yeah.
And it's really different, really, really different. It's, like you said earlier on in the piece, I've seen so many burnouts. I think about it quite often, like, man, I have just seen so many skids from people just everywhere. And it's quite weird when I sit down and think about it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Would you, this is probably a really difficult question, to be honest. And you've seen so many skids. Is there any one particular one that stands out to you as being the fucking top of the top that you've seen that just really makes your little fucking diddle stand up? You know what I mean?
I was hoping you'd go to ask this because I thought about it today. There's actually two.
Right, okay.
And they were both up at Springmount Raceway at an event up there called Northern Nats.
Yes, right.
And the first one was Lynchy. Where everybody started from, it's a return road for a drag strip. And so everybody sort of had the start point.
Right.
And I'm on the mic watching him, and Lynchy just kept reversing. He just kept going back. People going, what's he doing? I really can't see him. There's this little tiny blue smoke.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. He is right. I don't think anybody on the planet had seen a skid car coming that quick ever. It was absolute. And plus, doing this with the wheel as he's coming into it and he's lined it up.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you put 100, 120 Ks.
With a smile on his face.
Yeah.
That was lovely. And
wicked.
and then I've done that event. It was Northern Nats once again.
Yes.
It was Peter Gramuso.
Right. Oh.
When it was when it was green, and Pete didn't have any brakes. There were no brakes in the car, so he just came out, fully centered in his car with no brakes, and I was commentating with Jason Bean, and when he came in and threw that wheel, and we knew he had no brakes, and he was just on the loud pedal, probably louder than anything in the world, and we sort of grabbed each other and ran away with our microphones like, holy shit, it's just out of control. And he spun around, and he got it out of the wall, and off he went. And
so what was it? Who was that in no risk? Did you say no risk?
Yeah, it was no risk, but when it was green,
right,
before it went gold.
Yes. Before it went pink.
Yeah. It's definitely one to have out on YouTube. It's sort of like, holy shit. Yeah. And because as he comes in, the front end is just bouncing.
That's how they did back then, because we spoke about it too when we spoke to them. Is that the just front end setups and just the way that skid cars are set up now. Back and then, the fronts were all bouncing around. You know, they were on and off the pedal. You could see the front lifting off, so forth.
It was
yeah.
So I guess going with what Ray just said there, you know, you must have seen in your sort of 12 odd years in the burnout scene, you must have noticed a bit of progression and a lot of change in the style of burnouts and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, most definitely. You know, it's people start to think about it a lot more. Competition side, right. You know, some guys really come out there and they'll just stare at the pad and they go, I'm going there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, they really work their runs out before they go.
Yeah.
Car setup is totally different. You know, in our club we have some serious six bangers. And I'm such a fan of in a Falcon. It's just an amazing bit of gear.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, my daily is a Barra, I have a 2008 Navara with a 400 horsepower turbo Barra.
I'm the Barra. Hashtag Barra of the world. I appreciate you.
Oh, I wish we'd known that.
Appreciate you, Doobie.
We'd known that. We would have roasted that.
We would have roasted that.
Yeah,
you didn't tell the bro that, did you, bro?
Yeah.
You're like, you knew you could have passed that info on.
You know, I'm a granddad, and it's the sleeper. It's just white and it's boring. Fighting about it on the outside, and you lift the bonnet and you go, what the fuck is this?
Brilliant.
You know, fully built motor, all the fruit, blow off valve, all the shit.
Oh, so good. So good. Well, I don't know, you've got to give me some photos, bro, because I'm saying it, so it's got to be in here. There's pictures coming out right now, people who are watching, and if they're not here, it's because Doobie doesn't like you at all. So you've got to send me some pictures of that, bro, because we've got to chuck them in there at least. Yeah.
It's sick. We got well then you and obviously you know it too. We'll be probably our next Australia overseas one we do was going to be with Bobby Marie. Going to get her on and have a yarn with her.
I love her. She is amazing. Her her and her now husband Carl.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Look, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
That's some 120Y. It's
whoa?
Yeah.
This is serious. And first time out, they've lots of teething problems.
as you do, yeah.
One major, but phenomenal team, and she is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
Once they get this thing sorted, she's not afraid to jump on that loud pedal and stick it.
Well, she's entered it. I mean, she's entered into the round 2, isn't she? That you've got coming up.
Yeah, we've got round 3 at the end of September. She's in, and and then she'll definitely be in for skids for Santa. But this car is just full on.
I'm looking forward to having the yarn with her. You know, for the fact that they're A, new into the sport, B, she sounds hard case, and
big impact.
And yeah, just
big
being
impact.
the lady, just being the female aspect as well. You know, being right into it.
Yeah, the girls.
Yeah, the girls. But yeah, I knew that they'd gone to elope. I had to keep it secret that they were eloping, and I couldn't. But she was like, "Oh, we're really keen to talk with you, but we can't this week. Don't tell anyone, but we're eloping." So yeah, I kept that secret.
Well done. That little car, the little Dapper 20Y, running 700 horses at turbo barra, it's just phenomenal.
Mm.
And as you know, turbo barras being punched, they just sound like rockets. Yeah. when it comes on boost, oh man, she's hanging on to this little weapon. Hang on, girl.
Have you had a ride in it yet?
No.
Right.
Carl's been the forward of all the rides, because they're still sorting it out, but it's all good. All good.
Favourite car that you've had a ride in?
Yeah, I went for a ride with the lift at Springmount on the big pad.
Oh, yes.
And that was dropped on me. It was a monster surprise. I was, the show was about to start, and I'm doing my shit, and he just come driving down, and what? Up in front of me, and he says, "You can't get in the car. Let's go."
Good.
Listen.
Years if I hadn't been for a ride, and I'm doing up the helmet, and I just looked at him and I said, "You better fucking fully send this cunt because it's on."
Yeah.
And of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course he did. No, he fully sends like Lynchy, mate. And, we keep shouting it out there. And Lynchy and Sarah are aware of our desire to talk to Andrew on the show. And we will get him one day. Mr. Lynch, you know it, brother. Sorry, we're coming for you both.
All those boys are pretty much coming back.
Yeah.
With Jesse Barbella, in a little Suzuki Mighty Boy called Skeeter.
Oh, yes, right.
Saw him at Red Sandnets, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a Brett and Andrew combination in it, and he grabbed me and said, "Hey, why don't you come for a ride?" I went, "Oh yeah, okay, this will be interesting."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a pucker.
Puck it up. Instant pucker.
It's just so violent.
Yes.
Oh God, I didn't sign up for this shit. This is proud, and I've got methanol burning my fucking legs. I've got flames burning my jeans. Yeah.
Awesome.
Couldn't get. Yeah, but so a lot of people have asked me, what's your burnout car? I said, no, I don't need one because I've got thousands of friends that have got them, so it's all good.
Yeah. But you say, well, you've got some. You must have done some burnouts though, right? Well, they're not going to chuck you a little monster without you never having done a skid, Captain Rock.
I have done one. Well, it was more of a demonstration skid on the pad in my XW GT Falcon.
Right.
And then a mate of mine had built an AU Falcon. Dale Davies, he built this AU Falcon. It was brand new, and he threw the keys to me at the competition. He said, "Before anything happens, you jump on skid." So I went,
You have to tell me twice.
And that's it. So I'm getting thrown a little monster.
Yeah, right.
With Shane Gap And yeah, we're gonna rip shit.
Yeah.
So tell us about the engine. What's Little Monster running? It's obviously an LS supercharged, yeah?
Yeah, runs about 1,100, 1,200 horsepower.
Jesus.
On the big tune. And yeah, she's pretty serious.
Wow.
You know, classic car, it's quite amazing. I went for a ride in that last year and messed with my head. But man, this is so wrong. But I've also been for a ride with Joe Kosacek, who's got the early black Beetle, the 64 Beetle. It's all flat black, and he runs a skeleton sitting on the blower.
Oh, yes, right,
Yeah, and I've been for a run with him as well, and that was pretty weird because I know the Volkswagens. All of a sudden, I'm sitting in this little Beetle that's all original inside, but there's this man sitting in front of me. It's like, fuck.
So have you, so sort of keep it on Little Monster topic, you'd be doing some practice driving on Burnout Masters game? Have you got that? Too busy, eh? I expect you would be.
My 10-year-old, he's heavily into it. He calls me and look, I know under wonderful instruction, I'm going to get my fucking head around this thing, and it's all going to be good. I'm not going to whoop it. I'm just going to crawl. We're going to have a pad crawl. Let's go back to Chris Christo and the blue XY Falcon all those years ago back in.
Hands out the window.
Pad crawler.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll be it. I'll just pad crawling, sending it.
Nice work.
Because that's for me was Chris Christo and that blue XY. When I first saw those videos all those years ago, my mind was blown.
Yeah. I watched it as a youngster. Both hands, one hand out the sunroof, the other one out the other window, just crawling down, smoking up. Yeah, getting it done.
It was so good, and you know, it was a manual. He was into it. He was in top gear, and he was just feeding it. I was like, "Yeah, brother, that is awesome."
People were freaked out too because it was one of those it was pretty much show and shine spec car, wasn't it? So people were kind of flabbergasted that he was just fully nutting it like he was doing that.
And you know, it was the big thing. It was every year at Summit. You know, back in the day, it was he was throwing a fresh engine in it every time he went to Summit. So it was a brand new engine every time.
Wow.
And the funny,
you know, back then, the big thing. It was like, oh Jesus, he's done this, and it's a genuine phase 3. And it's a manual, and he's doing this to the car.
And funny too that like you say the crawling down entry. And then back at that time, the guy with the video camera on his shoulder, slowly walking down backwards down the tipping lane, like on the actual pad, like, you know, slowly filming him coming down.
This is VHS days, isn't it?
Oh,
this is VHS days. Yeah. VHS.
Gary Myers back then on the Black Mustang, same shit.
Yep.
You know, and using that slow thing down that shit, and they get in the middle and chucks a wood. Yeah.
We touched on that.
Old school.
We touched on that with Pete about sort of around that time when he started bringing Evil XA.
Evil XA.
Yeah, you know, and it was like it just fully like he was like, oh well, I just thought I'd come down there a lot faster and stuff, you know, and sort of like from that around that mid-20s, some of that sort of era, from there on, you know, just the style just did change, but priceless.
So tell us, Doobie, what was your first ever car that you owned? And you know, shit, it was a while back.
Oh yeah, look, the first car that I ever owned, that I bought for myself was a little two-door Mazda 1300.
Oh wow! Yeah,
and I still have that car now. It was a manual.
Oh.
And it was taken to this car yard, a Suzuki car yard, by the little couple who owned it because they couldn't drive it anymore.
Right.
They weren't allowed to drive it.
Right. The poor dears.
And Dad grabbed me and said, "Okay, we've got to go have a look at this car."
Yeah.
And I got down and what? Pretty cool. You know, original hubcaps, the whole kit and caboodle, fucking was so nice.
Yeah.
And you know, that worth a fortune now.
Would you rotor it? So if you still had that now, would you rotor it?
Oh, definitely. definitely. Look, well, I blew the 1300 up.
Oh, right.
The 1300 about 3 months, and the diff all at the same time. It was pretty wild.
bit of stone drive, bit of dust travel skidding, eh?
Yeah, went to the workshop and a 12A rotary was dropped in it.
Oh,
right. So you did rotor it
for a little while, and then it was time to offload that because I was very dangerous in it. So, beach buggy.
Right.
Beach buggy, that was in my possession for about 2 weeks.
You don't have any beaches over there.
Was it a Volkswagen, a proper Volkswagen beach buggy?
Oh yeah, it was off its head. It had wheelie bars and it did wheel stands.
Wow.
My dad wasn't really impressed with that car.
I bet.
You cannot have this car. You are going to die in this car.
Hey, was this all up in Babinda? Up in Cairns, mate? Up in Cairns?
In Cairns, yeah.
Right. Well, there's heaps of beaches in Cairns, bro.
Is it?
Yes, there was one big fucking beach. Full of crocodiles and sharks, but it's a big beach.
I offloaded that and I was carless for a little while. And then I helped a mate of mine build a XY Falcon Ute. And it was an original 6-cylinder, 3 on the tree, bench seat, all of that. And from a Friday afternoon till the Sunday night, it went from that to a 302 Windsor, top loader, 9-inch, gold bonnet, shaker, 5 slotters, side exit exhaust. And that turned into my car.
Right. So good. That sounds amazing. Like, so you've never really enjoyed the whole factory spec then?
Yeah. It was a one-owner car from the Ford dealership.
Oh, wow.
It was the last of the XYs that had the column steering block. So it was the last of the 72. It was quite a collectible car.
That'd be worth more than that. That'd be worth more than that 1300.
Wow. Yeah. Yes and no.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. You got so many cool blooming classics over there.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place for that kind of stuff, to be honest. So, with your commentating, bro, what's your future plans? Like, do you want to, like, is this your full-time gig? Do you do it full-time?
No. Just I'll say it's a hobby.
Right.
It's something I just doing as a hobby.
Right.
You'd never survive on it. Well, you could survive on it full time, but you'd have to be in the big cities, Sydney, Melbourne, to deal with full-blown motorsports all the time down there.
Right.
But I just love what I do, and I'm just very thankful for the opportunities that I've had over the years to go and do these events and play with amazing people and just entertain and have a fucking great time.
Do you enjoy what you do? Sorry.
It's quite funny. Leading up to the event, I'm just peaking. It's up here, and then the event's over and I crash. It's like, oh shit, I'm all done.
Well, that travel to get home too. How long was your plane flight to get home?
We boarded at 12:30, and I had to fly from Alice Springs to Sydney, and then Sydney up to Cairns. And by the time when I walked into the door at home here, it was about 1:15 in the morning. So that was this morning. So it was a bit of a day, but all good.
Yeah.
Just glad to get home.
So tell us about your podcast, mate. Tell us about your podcast, Car Talk.
No, I don't have a podcast as of yet. I am going to be setting it up.
Right.
The Car Talk, a Facebook page that I ran for years, Car Talk. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, I got hacked really, really, really bad, and They've still got that page. It's still there. I've had phone calls with this bastard. He's Indian and he wants $10,000 worth of Bitcoin to give all the shit back. And heavy shit, cybercrime got involved. It was, next level. It kind of messed my brain there for a while because I lost 3 businesses on it. And, it wasn't good. Really was not good at all.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So that kind of messed this up a bit. So, as we know, you've got to look after this. At times, you've just got to time out.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've been coming back, and I'm feeling as though I'm back, and which was good because I was pretty low there for a while. But thanks to a lot of good friends in this world, and it ain't too weak to speak.
Yep.
Well, I guess we've just got to instantly run straight, obviously, into our section of the show where we talk about men's mental health. And you've watched what we do, and we're very big on it, bro. It's one of the things we like to expose, make aware, talk about every single episode and every chance we get is men's mental health. And you've obviously got some stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, it's I really became aware of it with prior to this hack, I'm the first bloke. I will go and talk to anybody. I have to. If I'm not feeling good, I really show my emotions. I'm not afraid to cry. No, fuck it. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that's human, and that's that. I don't give a shit if you got a ball on my shoulder. I don't give a rat's ass. I think it's more important than that than going to your fucking funeral and throwing flowers on the grave. Come and talk to me, Jesus.
Yep.
It's just talking. Fuck, use some words. Don't be afraid, boys.
Mm-hmm.
And and the thing about these young guys that do take their lives is just fuck. It's they're in this vulnerable age where they don't want to talk because hey, I don't want to be fucking uncool. I want to be this tough cunt who looks fucking great. Fucking look at me, blah blah blah. So, dude, open your mouth, talk, just talk to people. If just talk to anybody. Fuck. It's just so easy to do. And swallow a little bit of pride. It doesn't take much. a little bit of this goes this far and saves a lot of people a lot of shit and you a lot of shit as well. So just heads up to you boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speak out.
Something we really want to make people aware of, and I think we're in a unique position where a lot of our viewers are in those areas where they're feeling a bit down, they're feeling like they're a bit used and abused and don't know which way to go. And we're just trying to let everybody know that you're not alone, because there's not one person. Well, there might be one person we've spoken to that's like, you know what, I haven't had anything myself. I've not really experienced anything myself, but I am fully aware that it goes on, So it's so common. It's so common, and it doesn't matter how fucking weak or tough you fucking are. There's just, you need help, I mean, if you've done some disgusting things in your life, then you probably need more help than other people because you've seen some shit, man, right? So, no, that's cool, man. We appreciate that. It's something that we like to talk about. And we just want people to know that it ain't weak to speak.
Consistently bringing it up.
Family and just, the brotherhood of burnouts and all of that. Just keep an eye on each other.
So how many children do you have, Doobie?
I've got a 27-year-old, a 26-year-old, 28-year-old, a 26-year-old, and a 10-year-old, and 2 grandkids as well. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Now that Hot Wheels car you got there, is that the Pro Stock Thunderbird?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's actually the one that's it's actually named. It's the one that's got Matt and Debbie Hayes. So,
Yep.
Yeah, so there's ones that is just Pro Stock, and there's ones that are Matt and Debbie Hayes. So this is a Matt and Debbie Hayes one.
Have you got that one?
Debbie Hayes. Yeah, I've got
Of course he's got it. Of course he's fucking got it. So what were we talking about
I can
before?
see it. Look. Right.
And this coming here, see, this
Oh, yes.
Dubs is my thing.
Oh, yeah. So you must have all the those little tuned combis.
Oh yeah, got all that shit. You know, got cool little caaarnt gears.
Oh yes.
This whole little cabinet here is full of Hot Wheels.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, no, I'm a bit of have you got ADHD?
I've never been diagnosed and I don't want to be.
Well, you probably have, right, I feel cool. It's all right.
Kick back on.
No, we have kicked it back on already.
Oh.
So what were we talking about before the
kids,
thing happened? Your kids. That's right. Your kids. How many kids you got?
I've got 3 kids.
Yep.
I've got well, Madison. She's my eldest. She was my first. And
Yep.
then I got my back, and then my little fella Hunter. Hunter Sterling Lister, named after Hunter S. Thompson, my favourite author.
Ooh. Ooh.
Nice.
Fear and Loathing in he's the guy who wrote Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, he's an out there fucking dude. He's the most out there dude. Unfortunately, he's dead now, but fuck yeah. If you, I turned into a reader a few years ago, and I love my biographies, rock biographies. I love reading about rock stars and how they did shit and how albums came out. It blows me away that any albums ever came out.
Funny. What's your favourite thing about being a dad? Happy Father's Day for the other day.
Just being a dad, you know, just being a dad, sitting back and looking at me, picking out my grandkids, and you know, passing all my shit on to them, and you know, my daughter, she's just phenomenal. She had both her kids at home in the bathtub at home, you know, in a pool in the living room. Absolutely fucking amazing.
Just a machine. Just a machine.
Unbelievable. My boy Jack, he's now a refrigeration mechanic. He's heavily into his drifting, into his Japanese scene. He's got a 13 drifter. He's currently building a Yamaha XS650 bobber chopper, full Japanese style. Yeah, it's fucking really cool. Springer front end, and you know, little fuel tank, little peanut tank, and all this shit. Yeah, he's built this thing. And then once he's done that, his long-term project car's out here on the shed, and it's a 1964 Volkswagen Type 3 notchback that we rescued many years ago. It was a one until I got hold of it, and it's beautiful patina. It's super rusty. It's awesome. Nice. And it's just going to be slammed on a cool set of wheels, and yeah, it'll be. We got that for him 10 years ago, so that's his car.
Right. What's Hunter going to get?
Hunter keeps
he's
saying
10 now. If you get him something, it'll be, yeah, he's 10 now.
Yeah.
Then another 10 years, he'll be ready ought to be booked by then.
But I'd like to find him an early high ace. I love the early high aces with the twin headlights, the twin square.
Yes, yeah.
Cool as fuck.
So what are those? The super customs with the 3-litre turbos.
Yeah, bring them on. Yeah, love them. Give me that velour interior. All of it. I'm a big fan of those. I think they're super cool.
Yeah, they're actually going for big money over here.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, and you know, they're the Japanese combi, as I call them. You know, right. You want a reliable combi, you go and buy a high-A super custom.
That's so good. Hey, so Doobie, you know that we do a roast in our shows. We don't have
sit back and enjoy the ride.
Like, you don't have a car at the moment. We didn't know about your road car. We would have given Jack the AI that, but you know what? We spoke about it earlier. I've spent a bit of time with Jack today because this is the first time we've tried to roast someone for burnouts that doesn't have a burnout car, and yes, so I was not that impressed with it. With Jack's first few attempts, to be honest, and I finally got something spectacular, I believe, and I think you'll quite like this, mate. So are you ready?
We got connections. We're all go.
We're all go. So, Doobie Lister, you absolute madman. You're driving into the deep end of burnouts, not with a gentle splash, but with a supercharged LS V8 crammed up. Fuck the television, it just did it again.
Almost said, hold it.
Fuck. I just noticed that. Fuck, what's that on there? That's a fucking it's like fucking 45. Sorry, guys. Sorry, mate. Because listen, how professional is this? Have you ever been on such a professional podcast, bro? Okay. Cast my screen, I don't know, like, it was stable at one stage, start, now, here we go. Okay, just what that happened at the beginning. Right, here we go. Right, sorry, mate, we
If
go.
anything else, what we do want people to leave this episode and the experiences is that they had a fucking laugh.
Just trust me, I'll probably leave quite a bit of this shit in, trust me. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, we're all good.
No, we don't have to do that, bro. Doobie Lister, you absolute madman. You're driving into the deep end of the burnouts, not with a gentle splash, but with a supercharged LS V8 crammed into a Volkswagen Beetle. This isn't just a case of punching above your weight. This is like strapping a rocket to a tricycle and thinking, yeah, I've got this. A supercharged LS V8 in the hands of a newbie? Mate, that's like giving a toddler a chainsaw and telling them to prune their edges.
That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
do.
I like that one.
Little Monster isn't just going to chew up the pavement, it's going to chew up what's left of your dignity when you realise that power isn't something you just wing on your first try.
Well, my dear was.
Woo! Yeah, and I didn't realise it was 1,200 horsepower at this point in time either, so I would have told Jack that. Whew, here we go. We haven't finished. Let's be real here, Doobie. This Beetle is about to teach you a lesson in humility that your podcast never could. You're about to find that commentating and driving are worlds apart, especially when you're wrestling with an engine that's better suited for the experienced legends, not a commentator playing dress up. Oh, you have to wear a skirt now, that Jack said that. But anyway, we're not done. There's one more paragraph left. So when you're done making skid marks on the track, and probably in your pants, at Sugar City Power Fest, just remember, that supercharged LS isn't going to be the only thing that's blown. Better buckle up, because this ride is about to take your ego and leave it smouldering in a cloud of tyre smoke.
Oh, it's a tear one.
Oh, what do you reckon about that, Mr. Lister?
Cheers.
Cheers, Jack.
Dignity years ago in the burnout world, and this is a story I need to tell you. Place down the road called Ingham, and they had the Ingham Auto Fest down there.
Right.
And we had the burnout conference. The show was all done. It was all done. And on Saturday night. Now, right next to the burnout pad, which was really small in this park, it was more like a couple of cricket pitches. It really wasn't that big.
Right.
And I'm walking off the pad, the voice over in the bar that just says, "Lister, show us your tits." It's I can do better than that. So anyway, I have stripped butt naked, absolute butt naked, stone cold sober. There's probably about 1,000 people at the bar. They're on. They're absolutely on. I'm doing a lap of the burnout pad. I did a lap and then I did a crossway front. Everybody had to hold back the security guard who wanted to come out and kill me. They got, no, that's the commentator.
Oh, it's so good.
Hey. Oh. Doobie's time on the pad.
Put my jeans on, put my shirt on, put my shoes on, went off the pad. Fuck, I got so much bloody tie wire in my feet, it wasn't funny. It was ridiculous.
Oh, I bet. This ain't got anything to do with why you ain't been on a pad in a car. There was no like, right, you've got to like ban some sort of life ban or something like that. There was no.
Look, the organizer of the show, the promoter, really wasn't happy with me. It was meant to be a sort of a really family thing, and I said, look, mate, I don't really do things off the cuff. Shit just happens. There's top. I'm not drunk. I'm not on drugs. I'll have to join afterwards, but I'm not. I'm all clear. I said, shit just happens, and that just happened. I'm really sorry. So yeah, there you go.
Oh fuck! Do you know what? That's one of the funniest things. I've frozen up again, but we're not going to care at this point in time because you know what? The funniest things I've just heard is like, I'm sorry that I exposed myself in front of a whole heap of people, but I wasn't drunk or on drugs. Those people will be like, fuck, sorry man, I'm so fucked up.
That's when you throw the in there, like, that's how good skids make me feel. Comfortable in my own shoes. Oh, I'm not ready.
Fuck.
Oh.
So, okay, so fuck the TV. Who gives a fuck? There's a very cool picture of you smiling here, Ryan. Can you see it?
Love it.
Yeah, so we're just going to leave that for a while. I might draw something on it. We'll see. So there's a few other questions we'd like to ask.
Yep.
One of them I'm going to ask. So you, regardless of driving Little Monster, and not what's one other car? What's a car that you'd really like to have a smash out on the pad?
Okay, take a car out if they're all lined up and say, just take the car. I'd love to. If I was offered it, I'd love to give Luxor a thrash. Just because it's so fucking left field. It's up. Big Tojo is just so wrong. And Cole's the nicest guy in the world. And that car is just fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's a performing combination.
Yeah, but when he tips it in, I mean, it's just scary, just because it's so up there.
How does it stay straight? How does it not fall the fuck over? Is what I want to know.
I've watched it, quite a few times in competition, and going, man, I don't know how he does it. It's, there's a couple of guys out here who've got Hiluxes, big bone shit in them, and it's like, man, you're stoked, man. Because everything else is low. It's all down there. It's designed to go around in circles. And, the big shit up there, and it's not designed to go around circles.
Yeah. Hammer Time's one of those ones, like Brett and Brett Kilby, like that little setup's a little weapon.
Kilby's in the Daihatsu. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
It's another one. There are way too many beers, bourbons, and bombs involved in building that.
Another good rod shop engine, though.
Oh, look, absolutely. The setup is 10 out of 10. The two of them drive so well. And, but people just, let's go back to Toaster, the little Suzuki Caravan, those setups, and just weird. We had a guy up here who, unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago, actually 2 years ago. Murray was his name, and he had a Mitsubishi L300 van that had two 302 Clevos in it, side-mounted, and they went back to, say, the left engine ran the left wheel and the right engine ran the right wheel. There was two depth centers welded together on this. Oh, fuck, it was next-level engineering. When it got up and going, it was it was a very interesting thing to watch.
I bet.
You know, twin V8s.
I bet.
And prior to that, there was a guy up here that had it was a Holden, it was like a 1 tonne chassis, and he had two 202s running through 2 power glides, 2 drive shafts down into his setup, and it was just all open. So you could see it. Man, that is crazy shit.
Him and I,
too many beers, too many bourbon.
yeah, him and I have had a couple of crazy conversations of doing a pretty women out the gate sort of Barra twin.
We've decided with it when we crack the fuck you money on YouTube, you know, and that's fuck you money. YouTube money's fuck you money. When we crack that and we're like whistling diesel motherfuckers, we're gonna our first build is gonna be a twin Barra something, and it's gonna be 4-wheel drive. So you can turn off the 4-wheel drive. You know what I mean? You can do helis, you can do dirt drags, you can do burnouts. It's 4-wheel drive, but the front engine, 2 wheels, back engine, 2 wheels. Fuck yeah.
Something like that.
Should be more of it.
Oh, mate, absolutely. And that fuck you money, we've just got another 100,000 subscribers to get him with there.
All right, I've got a couple more questions. A simple one. What's your favourite food? What goes around? What makes Doobie happy in the tummy?
Okay. Big lamb roast, boys.
Oh, yeah. Kiwi lamb roast. Kiwi lamb roast. Some roasty spuds.
Or I love a good honey.
Oh,
give me
nice.
a honey.
So have you been over here quite a bit with the rafting and stuff? You've done some time over here?
Just all the rafting and stuff, and plus I'm involved more on the outside. I've got some good friends in a car club out here called the Kingdom Car Club, who have a loose affiliation with a certain club in New Zealand. And it's
they've done some. They've put some. Someone's managed to do that. Oh, it wouldn't be the same. It's not in the dirt over here.
Well, no. The thing is, no. Okay, so I'm going to interject right here, and Doobie, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. In Queensland, North Queensland, I don't know the rest of Australia, but you can't fucking dig in the ground. It's like red concrete, and so what you got to do to do a hangi is you get a steam hangi in the kegs,
yes,
and you make it like that. So that's how the hangis go down in Australia, and we used to do them quite a bit in Townsville. With a few of us, and so that you can't put it in the ground, can you, over there?
Look, one of my first jobs when I sort of left school and stuff, I worked out at a resort called Caaarnt Beach Resort with a lovely lady from the Solomon Islands. Her name was Tani Smith, and she taught me how to do proper hangis on the beach, digging holes in the sand. That for the resort guests every Saturday night. And we did big feeds down on the beach, and it was, fish, pork, lamb, beef, all the shit, all the veggies, everything.
Banana leaves?
In the sand, and all the tourists would come down and they'd watch us do it all in the morning, and then we pull it out in the afternoon and feed everybody, and I just fell in love with honey's.
Yeah.
But also, I'm a big fan of meat pies.
Well, that's good though. You're the first Aussie guest we've spoken with. Favourite food is actually honey. We haven't had had our New Zealand guests have said that is their favourite.
No.
It's normally burgers or similar.
Because honey is always made with love.
Yes, yeah.
And that's
effort and love, yeah.
It's always the prep. You're not going to be pissed off making that, because at the end of it you're going to have a phenomenal feed.
100%. And you know what? And it doesn't matter. At the end of it, even if it hasn't been cooked long enough, once it comes out of the ground, you're that fucking drunk that you just don't care. And it tastes amazing anyway. So you know what I mean? I've never had a bad hangi, and it's potentially why.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a good combined thing. People do it. You know, you can't do it by yourself. You know, there's people that when you get involved in that side of it, you know, the whole digging, the prep, the whole eating it. You know,
even making the stuffing, making the stuffing, the reeling of bread, if that's going to be a thing, like these all sorts.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into our giveaway now.
Yes.
We'd like to do a little bit of a giveaway every episode, and we've got some cool sponsors. Over here we've got Kim's. So one of these we're giving away a Kim's grease eater. A Kim's grease eater, look at how happy Doobie is right now. Looking at this, Kim's like, fuck, bro, that's the best thing I've ever seen. Look at that. So Kim's grease eater, you do a burnout, you get that off your back guard. No, officer, look, can't do it. It's not coming up. No, it's not coming up, though.
Yeah.
No, it's not coming up because the screen's frozen. So it's just your smiling face.
We can do it.
No, we're not unfreezing it. Sorry, bro. And so anyway, so you get that.
And it's got a QR code on it too.
And then also we've got a Hot Wheels. And this Hot Wheels is it's a special one. It's a 1998 Pro Street Thunderbird. But there was different versions. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
No, it doesn't matter. Sorry, dude, your face is gone.
Oh.
Your face is gone. I'm going to put up something. I'll doctor a face for you.
Video.
I'll put something there. It won't be bad. Trust me. But anyway, so Matt and Debbie's fucking Pro Street there. We've got some low life shandals, flip flops. They call them in Australia.
Shout out,
low life burnout unit, which is fucking dope.
Bogan as fuck.
Sticker. Thanks to Sliding Designs. Sliding Designs sticker. Thanks to Sliding Designs
and
Screamer Stark Laura. I don't know.
57.
Yep, 557. And you know that,
Steve.
And a Justin Tippin sticker. Thanks to Sliding Designs.
Keyring.
Fitzroy Motorsport.
Shout out Hayden.
Beanie. Kim's. Holy fuck, we're so generous.
And then there was the cozy tea.
Oh, and a Justin Tippin Coochie cooler warmer, which you guys call a stubby cooler. So what you've got to do to win that shit is have you got any particular page that you rep on, or you don't really want to be known? What's the deal?
I just look at everything.
Okay, sweet. Yep. So to win this shit, you've got to fucking like us. If you don't like us, you can get fucked. You've got to like this video, and preferably you've got to comment on it. Give us an indication of what your favourite fuck up was in this particular episode, because it's bound to be spectacular. I had some dummies at the beginning of this. Thanks to the bro over in Peps and others. Yep, these ones are all right. And then so the other thing, you've got to like this video on Facebook and comment.
No shares.
No, share it.
That's okay.
Yeah, we're going to fucking share it as well.
Talk about
just the more stuff you. No,
shut
up.
We're not that good.
You don't need that right now. You don't need that right now. Okay. So anyway, like all that shit.
And that's what I was going to say. That noticing the shares they get, like on the last one, you can see like the shares are getting way more on the that side of it.
You know, we had a net gain of two likes this week, but we lost two.
We lost 2 subscribers.
We lost 2 subscribers, and then we got 2 more.
2 subscribers.
Yeah, man. Honestly, like, why would you not? Fuck you guys for unsubscribing.
He's quite heard about it.
Eating me up. Yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, just all of that. Over that.
So you won that shit. That's cool.
I got another question, Doobie. What was your favourite part of RCN10?
I'd say, look, it's the journey to get out there. It's where it really is.
Yeah.
You know, it's so out there in the middle of nowhere, and you know, standing out there in the pits. Yeah, okay, there were some super cool old school nostalgic cars that I grew up with in magazines of black and white photos, and all of a sudden I'd never seen them. And there they were in the pits of the drag strips. Holy shit! And I got to meet the owners of these cars. I'll call them custodians. These guys that are looking after these cars, learning them as they were. And then I'll say probably the other weird moment was, Rick Fuller turned up out there with LS1, and I said, Rick, I don't recall seeing your sort of name anywhere. He said, well, I decided on Tuesday to come out.
Yeah, I saw their runs. I watched those top 10 runs. They were pretty epic.
Yeah, the big skids. Unfortunately, Rick lost it. He tagged the wall and gave himself a big ding in the door. And then
So did Hold On. That was a bit of a cry to see.
Yeah, he really smacked it hard.
Yeah. But the smoke on the...
Yeah, the air was really still, and it's really hot out there. It's 40 degrees and it's dry, and there's flies, and it's hot. It's hot, and they work so incredibly hard to keep those cars warm, keep them cool, and smash tyres, do all of that. Big job. And the big boys that unfortunately lucked out and hit stuff, they know what happens. They're on top of the game. They've won everything out there, but they've also lost everything at different times. So, they know every time they hit that loud pedal out there, there is a chance things are going to go left.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And they do it because they love this.
So what's the next event that you're commentating, Jimmy?
It'll be Sugar City Power Fest, and then I'm putting it into the world. I really need to do summer nats. It's for me, it's the pinnacle. You can't get any bigger than that. And love it or hate it, that's what it is. It's the pinnacle. It's up there.
Cool.
And since I was a young fella, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, just watching summer nats videos and getting that shit drilled into me, I want to be all my summer nats.
So what
getting shit drilled into you? Sorry, that made me laugh. Fuck, I'm immature. I'm sorry.
So what would your preference be to be involved with that? Like sitting in a commentary box, or being on the pad, or roaming, or what sort of role?
Yeah, roaming. I find it really hard being in a box talking on a microphone and observing from the outside. I like to be with the people. I like to be amongst it. I like to be a face. I like people to go, to at the end of the event. I love it when people come up and give me a pat on the back and go, "Loved everything you did tonight, mate. That's really awesome." And
so you'd definitely be the guy. You'd definitely be the one that could stick in some out the gate costume and go roam around summer nats in 40 degrees of heat and make everyone happy. You'd be like, yeah, I'm coming at you.
Yeah, not a problem. And look, at Red Centre Nats, it was they sort of let me loose in the crowd with a cameraman and a microphone.
Sounds like a porno I was in once.
I pork chops all night, and it was just so fun. And the powers that be loved everything that I did, and I said, I said to myself, that was me in my element. I absolutely loved that. It was so much fun, whether it be, asking a 5-year-old boy if it was the best night of his life, and he goes, "Oh yeah, the best thing is you're talking to me on television." But it's all projected. But I really enjoy that aspect of it. Nice. Oh shit, we're back.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought we got to finish off with a bit of Doobie on the screen.
Yeah.
Did you like that? Finish off with Doobie on the screen.
Doobie on the screen.
So have you got plans to come over here? Have you been watching anything in New Zealand, mate? Have you been watching our events or what?
Yeah, out at Alice Springs, Steve and Helen Robson grabbed me and they took me out for dinner, and they showed me birthday dinner, and that was really nice. We caught up out there on the Thursday night, and of course they're talking about coming over.
Yes. No, we've been hyping them all up. It's our job.
Yeah,
it's our job.
walking away from that, I'll give it a little bit more thought. But yeah, I think I might jump on the gravy train when they head over and it's like, okay, let's go to New Zealand for a couple of weeks, check out some shit over there, and meet up with you guys and off.
Get yourself a ground hungy.
Mate, Doobie, you tell us that you're coming over here and we will get some absolute traditional hangi stuff going on, brother. Trust me, with burnouts included.
Hangy and burnouts, yeah.
Yep. I want some hangi with some crunchy black bits in it.
Yeah, it can be done.
Absolutely, it can be done. 100%. Well, look, mate, we really thank you for talking to us, bro. We're so appreciated. You've been funny. You've been good taking our shit because, we're hilarious and we think we are.
Oh, you are.
And saying that before we go, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
Nope, I'd just like to say, thank you very much for having me on and inviting me. It's been a hoot. It's been a really good time, and I'm quite chuffed that I'm in with you guys. It's cool.
Yeah, no, we are too. Yep, it's all.
Thank you, mate. No, we appreciate it. We've been obviously since we've been teeing up this interview. We've become friends on Facebook and we've been following what you do, and because. And honestly, fuck, you're a laugh, brother. You're just in everything and you're hilarious all the time. And that's kind of what we are. We think we are. So, we appreciate you joining us. And I think the Kiwi audience will have had a good education.
Yep, stay human.
Oh, stay human. Fuck yeah. I don't think I ever started human, but all right, well, thank you, people. What?
Would send us some footage. We want to put some stuff up in the barrel.
Oh, yeah.
And the bro does the editing.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Right. See
You
you,
too,
bro.
boys.
All right, yep.
We're out of here.
Thank you.
Boof. See you guys. You fellas have been awesome. Thanks for fucking watching. Hey, what?
You found me.
No, I found a pin. I'm going to throw it at you guys now. Fuck off.
Bye-bye.